Welcome to Shovelware Diggers. Our dig team is currently within the final weeks of excavating the Softkey Shareware 2000 Hit Games 2CD collection. You can find a link in the video description detailing the entire directory structure of this archive. Here's what our diggers have for week 296. Our Shovelware Diggers will be going on indefinite hiatus after week 300, following which will be a new series called No Nostalgia Retro Gaming, where Patreon supporters will be selecting retro games for me to play for my very first time, with this initial run of the series focused on the Commodore 64, a retro computer system I have almost no experience with. For more information on how to join the game selections for this upcoming series, simply follow the Patreon link in the video description. Now, without further ado, let's get to it. First up, Matthew Belshin has dug up DOSGAMES /arcade2/MW19F. Might just be Moraf's world. No, something that's called Mech Wars is definitely not Moraf's world. Although, because it's called Mech Wars, I think I actually know what this is. Okay, there wasn't that many more files than we already saw there. Let's see, type, file, ID, what is Mech Wars 1.9F, released 8/12/93, new release of the Space Mech War game under a new author. That doesn't tell us much. Okay, what do we want to do next? Let's do edit readme.first. Simply unarchive this to your existing directory, no need to delete the game. Okay, that's all there. Okay, let's see if there's any more documentation, maybe. Okay, we got an instruct.doc and a mechwars.doc. Let's do the mechwars.doc. MechTech Software proudly presents Mech Wars by Dennis Alexander. Copyright 91/93. Got a forward here. Hello. If you are familiar to Mech Wars and are wondering why it doesn't say Shane Chambers up there, then this will serve as an explanation to you. A while ago, I was reading through the Fido Pascal Programming Echo when I came upon a message by Shane himself, which served as a for sale message for Mech Wars. I was shocked when I saw this. I remember wanting to be able to get it. I was in doubt at first, but I managed to buy the source code and rights to the game from him. Okay, so apparently we're looking at a game here which used to be done by someone else, but is now done by another person. Okay. And apparently there's a $15 registration for this, for whatever this is. Like, I mean, I remember something called Mech Wars that was supposed to be like an analog type. It was like a digital version of the tabletop game, but I didn't think it was this old. Like, it was something I found way back in the mid-2000s. So, I don't know. Like, maybe this is the same thing and just a really old version of it. The only thing that concerns me is that I've seen the word sysop show up a few times, so this might be BBS software. Which, it's going to be a 50-50 if that works or not. Yeah, it says right here, Mech Wars is a multiplayer door game that was designed to be played via modem in conjunction with BBS software. So, there's a chance this is not going to work, but we will try. Maybe we'll see at least something show up. Yeah, there's actually a lot to this. Like, you can make planets, you can do attacks on stuff, there's like mines, cruise missiles, force fields. This looks like it's going to be some kind of strategy game for sure. So what are our executables then? Our executables are the Mech Wars thing itself, an MW pick, setup, and view log. Well, let's try the setup first. Okay, we got some ANSI art here. Do I just push a key? Okay. Since Mech Wars the config does not exist in the current directory, you're probably running this program for the first time. Make sure you configure all of the options to your needs. Okay. Well, this is more advanced already than like 90% of the BBS door software I've ever seen. Okay, so set up Mech Wars. So we got sysop name. How do I have to hit Alt-N? Okay, apparently I did something, which I guess I'll just use the mouse then. So we got BBS name, door file path. Okay, that's probably not going to go very far. Well, that's interesting. To actually go to the next page of configuration, you need to register the program. That seems a little weird. Okay, so we'll save that. I guess reset game? So select difficulty level, I guess normal. And then reset everything. Now setting difficulty. Game was initialized normally. Apparently we've got editor, instructions, drop to DOS, and quit. Why would drop to DOS be... Like, that would be a shell from the setup program. Well, you just have to quit back to DOS. Okay, so let's see if this actually works. Mech Wars. Welcome to Mech Wars. There is really no point in playing the game without color. Therefore, if you do not have color, you will quit back to the BBS. Okay, so graphics modes. I guess fancy? Okay, we get to choose a mech right off the start here. We got a Borgman, Orion, Cavalier, Mirage? That might be a misspelling of Mirage there. And Daimo? Okay. Well, what happens if we actually just pick one? Let's say the Cavalier. Okay, we get an even bigger shot of the mech now. Then we got mass, targeting, armored, stealth. This one looks like it's probably fairly average, just based on all that. Oh, it even says that right there. Cavalier mech is truly the all-around mech. It is average on everything, but can be beefed up with the right mounts and player. Okay, let's go with that one. Please select the sex that you would like to play in the game, i.e. gender. I guess we'll be male. Okay. Dude looks ready to kill someone. Put a name. Is your alias? Yes. Okay, so recently the United Heavens have attempted diplomacy with the Zraxnos Legion. So you are aware the Zraxnos Legion consists mainly of rogue merchants and pirates from various races. Diplomacy was needed because there were increasing reports of their mechs attacking colonists, outposts, and peaceful merchants in UH space. As an act of goodwill and faith, the UH deployed a highly respected and distinguished ambassador to the Legion's command base. This ambassador was summarily crushed by a mech via live video wire with the message, Zraxnos shall be God of the United Heavens. Well, that didn't go so well, did it? Since this atrocity has occurred and more outposts have been attacked, the UH unanimous vote was cast to obliterate the Zraxnos Legion. They must be annihilated. Okay. You want instructions? Sure. Okay, this is just going to be the same stuff, so continue, no. Okay, this copy's unregistered. Registration fee is $15. Please encourage your sysop to register for more playing power. Okay, so remember the spacebar aborts graphics sequences. Do you want to see the full intro? Sure. Okay, so we got Mech Wars version 1.9. Something I want to quickly point out is that stuff like this should be glad it was never really super popular, because the word mech was a registered trademark of FASA. So you couldn't technically call something mech without, violating trademarks. So I think Microsoft owns the trademark now, or it might have passed back to whoever is doing the MechWarrior games now, but in any case, so enter to continue. So it's telling me to make sure my numlock key is on. Okay, it's on. So I guess it looks like there's a planet nearby. We got question mark for commands. Reactor core shutting down. Your energy has expired. What? Cloak for 4,192 Starvax. I guess yes. Okay, this does... I don't think I'm actually doing anything here. I think it's actually just going through a sequence. And then it dropped me to DOS with a lot of corruption. Okay, so let's try some different keys. If we hit H... No, that just brings us back here again. Okay, maybe something went wrong with the whole setup process, so I reset it again. So let's pick a different mech. Let's go with the Orion. You want this mech? Yes. And go mail, name, use that as our alias. You want instructions? No. Wait for the registration. And then skip on the full intro. Okay, we're back here. So, yeah, the thing that's bugging me here is that where it says all the stats, the energy is negative. That has me concerned, is that that's why the game is like freaking out or something. Yeah, the game's just completely bugging out here. Because yeah, one thing I can kind of assume is that the garbled text that's white is probably supposed to be the sysop name, but for some reason, running the game in this state is just causing it to completely glitch everything up at this point. So normally I would count something like this as a failed dig, but there was actually quite a bit of material here that's worth looking at. So I think I'm going to leave this in as a normal dig, but if anybody has any ideas how to get this game working properly, then feel free to comment about it, because this is one that might be interesting to go back to if we can get it working. Next up, Richard Ward has dug up WINGAMES /NEWWIN /sublim20. Something to do with subliminal messaging, maybe? Like, I can't imagine what else this would be. Like, maybe it's a sublime game. It's gonna be very chill. Oh, it says sublimin, so I'm guessing my original guess is probably closer to the mark. Few write files. You got 3d.vbx and fileid.diz. Select subliminal messages to appear in Windows. That's that's all we get for a fileid.diz. Okay then. What's the write file say? Subliminal help for Windows 3.1. Okay. Note this program should run in Windows 3.0, but I haven't tried it, so I can't promise it will. So while the program is running minimized, double-click the icon and the main form will pop up. Select the goal choice you desire between the 10 different categories. When you select either choice, a form will appear from which you may choose 5 preset messages or a custom message. Only the custom message can be edited. Clicking OK will rewrite the INI file so it'll display the selected messages. The program is timed to flash messages on the active form's title bar at preset intervals. Also note there's a nag screen there to register the product when it first starts up. Also wrong form of there. Capabilities for using version 2.0 will appear in the file named subideas.write. So basically this is just a program to show messages on screen. And apparently it's $20. I don't think this is going to be anywhere close to worth $20, but let's find out. So subliminal help 2.0. Register on CompuServe. So here's our... Thank you for making it disappear on me. So... also, I just noticed there's a maximize, and of course it doesn't do anything. So these are apparently the goals we can have this thing help us work towards. So there's either quit smoking, lose weight, what? You literally... Or, wait, it's still broken. Okay, I think I broke the program because I literally can't do anything. Everything's just dinging. I haven't had to do this in a while. I have to remember how to actually force close a program in Windows 3.1. End task. Nope. It didn't like that. Okay, I just restarted Windows, so let's see if that helps. Where were we? NEWWIN, sublim20, there we go. Okay. So let's try this again. It's gonna disappear in a moment. Do your disappear. Okay. So we saw the first two categories. So the next category was quit drinking. Okay. Personal relationships. How is that a goal? Well, what do the messages say here? So the first message will be, I will go out of my way to get along with people, spend more time with my children, will get to know people better, show more interest in other people, be more outgoing with people, or not set. I technically prefer this one, not set. Okay, so it means like being better at personal relationships, I guess. Oh, and it's freaking broken again. You can only click on 2 of these and then the program breaks. Okay, take 3. Where were we again? Settle 20. Okay, so let's just get one of these going. Let's just do the quit smoking one, even though I don't smoke. Okay, and so now what? Supposedly it's like supposed to flash messages on a title bar or something. Like, it's not going to do it on this thing because this whole thing's meant to be minimized. But then the question is, how often is it supposed to do it? Okay, so apparently it's timed to flash messages on the active forms title bar. So right now, right here would be the active form. So apparently it's supposed to flash the subliminal message up here. Okay, a couple interesting things about that. Oh yeah, it did actually happen there. Did you see that? I'll put a little freeze frame at the bottom so you can see what it actually said there. But, yeah, so there's a couple interesting things about what this program is doing. First of all, editing the status of another program from inside a different program is one of those things that really gets your software in trouble on modern systems. So this is like one of those things you could only get away with in the pre-Windows 9X days. Because, yeah, if you tried to do that on a modern thing, you can just flash all kinds of security warnings and such, either from whatever virus protection software you have installed, or if you don't have any installed, you may just violate Windows memory protection systems in the process. So, yeah, there's reasons why that kind of stuff isn't allowed for. Yeah, it's all security related. But the other interesting thing, though, is that having the program, it just did it again. Having the program altering the state of another program means that what if you're running a program where this is actually very important information? Like, I mean, I assume that this program is probably doing something like to make sure that it changes the message back to what it's supposed to be. But then if this title bar, if the active form is being used for like really important purposes, and that ends up messing up the information that's supposed to be up there, like, I know that's not a common thing, but still. So yeah, that was subliminal help for Windows 3.1. Not worth $20. Definitely not worth $20, because all it does is rapidly change the message in your title bar once in a while, and change it back, and that's literally all it does. And our last take for today from JP Ronnie is DOSGAMES /board/ARCHON. Okay, let's hope we can have at least one game that doesn't either... Oh, jeez. I was gonna say, let's have at least one game that doesn't either glitch out or be virtually nothing, but we have a single executable from 1987. Okay, well, let's see what we got. ARCHON. Okay, this is better than everything we've seen so far already. And geez, the PC speaker music is going hard. And yeah, it says here the copyright is 1984. But yeah, if this is 1984, then this would be like one of the earliest PC games by Electronic Arts or something. Like, that's not impossible. Well, I guess we should just start going. Press any key to continue. Okay, this is some kind of strategy game? Or is this like some weird form of chess? Okay, the characters have entered the board. So we can either set 1 player, 2 players, or demo mode. I have no idea how this is going to work, so let's actually just put it into demo mode. See what happens. So apparently we've got a knight moving there. Then the goblin moves. And it's a little weird that the whole field seems to be changing colors with each move. Like this kind of looks like a weird form of chess, but it's definitely not playing like chess. Also, one thing I've noticed is that the AI is making a lot of similar moves to each other. Okay, two characters over top of each other finally. And this apparently enters a battle of some sort? Okay, so you've got like action-based battles when 2 pieces meet. The trick is, how does each character move? Oh, wait a minute. I think I see what's going on here. When you actually select a character, it's showing their movement type. Oh wow, and apparently your sorcerer or wizard can actually conjure spells. Interesting. Okay, so we got another battle going here. Yeah, the knight gets this like sword attack and the dragon's shooting fire, but apparently this knight is one heck of a dragon slayer. Okay, the wizard's conjuring a spell to shift time to reverse the flow of time for some reason. Okay, don't know what that did, but... Ooh, now we got a unicorn versus a goblin. Oh, the unicorn's got laser beams. Yeah, that goblin doesn't stand a chance. I got a funny feeling that scorpion's gonna... Yep, scorpion won. Yeah, so this is basically... It's not exactly chess here. Like, the way this looks is like the pieces don't have specific movement patterns. Rather, instead, they either are limited to the ground or can fly above the playfield. Oh, that's evil. You can actually revive your lost units. Yeah, there's gotta be a... Oh, wow. You can also summon things that weren't already on the board. So yeah, instead of the different pieces having different kinds of movement in terms of like movement patterns, they're either restricted to the ground or able to fly through the air. And that... Oh, Sorceress is under attack now. Let's see if the Phoenix can actually do this. I've got a funny feeling not, but... Oh, it's gonna be close. Nope. That was a valiant attempt, though. And yeah, so instead of movement patterns, you simply have a number of spaces you can move. Either on the ground, meaning you can't move over top of other pieces unless you intend to attack, or over the air, meaning you can move over stuff that's already out there. At least that's how it seems like it's working. I guess I could always try going back and playing it. And it's worth noting that this is clearly warez, because it's an Electronic Arts game. It would have been sold in stores. So there's no legitimate reason for this to be in this collection here. But anyways, let's actually try playing. Also, for some reason, we're in the low intensity palette now. Weren't we in the high intensity palette earlier? Huh. Okay, now it's in the high intensity. Okay, so for some reason it switches the intensity depending on whether it's setting up or not. Anyway, so let's do 1 player. Computer player plays light or dark. I guess computer player can play dark. Light or dark moves first. I guess light moves first. Keyboard control. Do you want to reassign what looks like the worst keys possible? Okay, I understand what these keys are now, so... I mean, I could reassign them. Maybe I should. So let's reassign them. So for each direction, press the key you want to use. So northwest, north, northeast, west, east, southwest, south, southeast, and fire. So that was the numeric keypad. Like, it detected the keys properly, so I'm not going to worry about the fact that it's showing the actual keys, like, not the numeric keypad keys, but the keys they represent. So is this the assignment you want? Sure. Okay, so if I select a unit, like this knight here, Okay, so it is working exactly as I expected. Basically, you can move on the ground the number of spaces there. Oh wait, can I not cancel No. Once you've selected a piece, you have to move it. Okay, so let's bring out this golem then. Let's see what the AI decides to do there. Brings forward a goblin. Now, I'm not sure why there's particular... Oh wait, the AI's teleport? You could do that? Okay. So I guess my unicorn's fighting this thing. Oh wow. Took it out in one shot. The heck? Okay, well I guess I've got to get rid of this thing. Also, these controls are very weird. Ugh. So this is already not going well. I guess we can try doing the rest of the damage needed with the golem, unless it resets... Oh no, it resets their health at the end of every fight. Okay, this is going real badly, partly because the controls are actually harder to use than you might expect. So you would think you hit spacebar to fire, that you would fire. But what's actually happening is you have to hold spacebar and push the direction you want to attack in. Doesn't quite work so well. Okay, I'm really trying to really not get hurt here because this thing's done so much damage to my team. And yeah, there appear to be like rocks that are constantly changing. And they do indeed block attacks. Oh, I actually won. Okay, good. Because that was ridiculous. Oh, the goblins have a lot more health than the knights do. Oh, but somehow I won that anyways. Okay. Uh-oh. This is probably not going to go well. Oh, the shapeshifter became a knight? Interesting. Okay, actually the knight's not so bad, because you just have to consider that if an enemy gets close, you have to attack before the enemy gets into range, and then immediately get out of the way before the enemy attacks. Okay, I kind of got interrupted by a train there, but what I was trying to say before is that the controls, it's like sometimes you'll push a key to hold it and hold it down to move, and you'll keep moving, but sometimes you'll just stop moving after a moment. So it almost makes me feel like this game will definitely play better with a joystick than with the keyboard. But it's an interesting concept for sure. It just makes me wonder like what the ultimate goal is, given the fact that the wizard characters seem to just be like just normal characters. It probably has something to do with these flashing dots. And also something else I just realized is that this particular... I thought this was like some kind of weird dithering pattern at first, but it might be a composite color thing, especially given the age of the game. So, something interesting to keep in mind here. Oh, I got a goblin fight on my hands now. But fortunately, I've got a character who... Yeah, it didn't let me fire there. Okay, now it worked. Oh yeah, I haven't used my, Oh, revive some. Yeah, I haven't used my, my wizard yet. So I've got teleport. Oh. Oh, there we go. So I can do revive, imprison, cease conjuring, teleport, heal, shift time, exchange, summon elemental. I have a lot of options here. I think I lost a pretty good character, so let's do revive. Let's revive the unicorn. Oh, that's not a scorpion, it's a manticore. I don't know how I made that mistake. Well, you have to admit, it's got a big tail that's shooting little spikes, so... I guess the one saving grace is that the AI is pretty bad at dodging attacks, because it just moves about randomly. I imagine this game would probably play pretty intense with 2 players. So yeah, that was ARCHON. This is something that I'm probably going to have to revisit in like a proper Ancient DOSGAMES video someday. But for the moment, it's here on this Shovelware CD for whatever reason. Again, there's a lot of software that was put on this CD indiscriminately, and as a result of that, there's stuff here that really shouldn't be here. And this is one of those games, because this never had a shareware release, as far as I'm aware, because Electronic Arts didn't do that. So, but yeah, this is actually fun. I don't know what the end goal is or anything like that, but maybe something to look at another day.